Students, let's start today's class. Today's topic is virus. A virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of an organism. Viruses infect all types of life forms, from animals and plants to microorganisms, including bacteria and archaea.
Miss, are all viruses pathogens?
Yes, dear, all viruses are obligate pathogens, as they are dependent on the cellular machinery of their host for their reproduction. Then here are some key features of viruses. Dual nature. If it moves inside a living cell, then it acts as a living organism and takes over the machinery of the host cell to replicate itself and produce new viruses. If it is outside the living cell, then it acts as a non-living particle consisting of a genetic material covered by protein called capsid. It means that the virus is a key link between living and non-living things on Earth, because outside the host cell it is nothing but a nucleic acid having protein coating over it.
Miss, what is the lifespan of a virus?
Dear, virus can live billions of years if stressful conditions do not arise. Next. Genetic material. All viruses contain nucleic acid, either DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, or RNA, ribonucleic acid, but not both. Rous sarcoma virus, RSV, producing certain cancer, is the only virus having both DNA and RNA. Discovery. Biological nature of viruses came from studies in 1892 by the Russian scientist Dmitry I. Ivanovsky, and in 1898 by the Dutch scientist Martinus W. Beijering. Beijering first surmised that the virus under study was a new kind of infectious agent, which he designated contagium vivum fluidum, meaning that it was a live, reproducing organism that differed from other organisms. Both of these investigators found that a disease of tobacco plants could be transmitted by an agent, later called tobacco mosaic virus. Structure. Viruses have a very simple structure. They consist of a nucleic acid core surrounded by a protein coat. In this respect, they differ from typical cells, which are made up of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. Viruses do not have any cytoplasm, and thus cytoplasmic organelles like mitochondria, Golgi complexes, ribosomes, lysosomes, etc. are absent. They do not have any limiting cell membrane. Size. The size ranges in between 100A to 250 μ. Most viruses are much smaller than bacteria. Some viruses are larger than bacteria. For example, the Psittacose is a virus measuring 0.75 μ in diameter. Look here on this chart and compare the size of some common viruses.
Miss, which are the most smallest and largest viruses?
Dear, the smallest RNA viruses in terms of genome size are small retroviruses such as Rous sarcoma virus, and the smallest double-stranded DNA viruses are the hepadenoviruses. Giant viruses called pandareviruses rival bacteria in size and now hold the title of largest viruses known. Symmetry. Viruses occur in three main shapes. They are spherical, cubical or polyhedral, helical, cylindrical or rod-like, and complex. Cubical viruses may be tetrahedral, 4 faces, dodecahedral, 12 faces, or icosahedral, 20 faces. The herpes virus is dodecahedral. The tobacco mosaic virus, TMV, and the bacteriophage are, respectively, helical and complex. Morphology. Morphologically, a virus is a core of nucleic acid, DNA or RNA, surrounded by a protein shell. An intact virus unit is known as virion. Its protein coat is called capsid. The capsid is composed of a number of subunits of a particular shape. These subunits are known as capsomeres. The capsid protects the nucleic acid against the action of nuclease enzyme. Some proteins of capsid help in binding the virus to the surface of host cells. Some surface proteins act as enzymes and dissolve the surface layer of the host cell, and thus help in penetration of its nucleic acid into the host cell. Look here on this chart. This chart is showing the basic structure of an enveloped and naked virus. Classification of viruses. On the basis of type of host. Animal viruses, they live inside animal cells including man. On entering the cell, these disturb the metabolism of the host cell and cause various diseases. The common animal viruses are smallpox virus, influenza virus, mumps virus, poliovirus, and herpes virus. In many animal viruses, an extra envelope surrounds their protein coat. The membrane consists of proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates, and is derived from the host plasma membrane. Plant viruses, they are parasites of plant cells. Their genetic material is RNA, which remains enclosed in the protein coat. The most important plant viruses are tobacco mosaic virus, TMV, tobacco rattle virus, TRV, potato virus, PV, southern bean mosaic virus, SBMV, beet yellow virus, BYV, and turnip yellow virus, TYV. Bacterial virus, they are parasitic on bacteria and so also called bacteriophages. There are many varieties of bacteriophages. Their size and shape varies from species to species. Some phages are spherical, some comma-shaped, whereas the majority of them have tadpole-like appearance.